Chill with us. Dance with us.
Let's see if we're actually live. We're just listening to some music here. Chilling. Say hello if you're there. I don't see it live yet. Oh wait, there it is. Okay.
Yep, it's live. I got it. We're good. We're at least live in my group. So
yeah, I think we're
hi everybody.
Okay.
We've laughed more than we've said words, Lori.
I know. We're just like we're like, okay, why are we joining?
All these new people in my group for the challenge are probably like, what is this mess? This is Lori and me laughing for 15 minutes. That's what you can expect. No, I mean, yes, but we also will give talks too.
Okay. So if you're here, say hi, say hello as you're jumping on. Okay.
It's just a really cool beat. It really is. Would I listen to this on my own by myself? No, but I kind of like it for this.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so say hi.
Oh my goodness. I don't have any tissue.
Okay, we're gonna stop the music.
Yeah, otherwise I'll just keep laughing and we'll never get to the point of anything. And we have a fancy title today, don't we?
We do. You want to tell people what it is?
Yeah. Sales Convos Made Simple, Part 2.
Part 2.
How is that for compelling, right? Part 2. If you want part 1, just do if you're listening to this and you want part 1 because you missed it or you're new to either of our groups or whatever else it is, in the comments just say send me part 1 and we'll make sure you get a link to part 1.
Absolutely.
But today we thought we'd talk about something that's at least timely for me, and that is I was just in Facebook jail, as Lori knows, and as many of you know, I got out of Facebook jail today. And so we thought we'd talk a little bit about that because it's relevant right now. But less, I mean, we can certainly talk about what jail was like and, whether the food was any good or what was going on. But more than that, the point here is, how did I end up in jail? And how does that relate or tie into sales conversations and how to make them simple and how to protect yourself and how to be careful? So it's a little bit of a adjustment, if you will, on sales convos, but it is relevant. It's there's a connection there for sure.
There is, yes, absolutely. And I'm looking forward to this because
have you ever been in Facebook jail, Lori?
I have, but only for like a day.
My first one was only a day. My second one was 3 days. This one was 7. So I'm like a repeat offender. Isn't that what we call people who've been to jail multiple times? Offender?
Yeah,
or repeat offender? Yes. Milestone achieved. No, but seriously, now I know where the limits are, and so I can better help people not end up in jail, right? Sure, we can go with that.
Yes. Yes. And yes, Kim, you are definitely not the only one singing and dancing today. And thank you, Deb.
It should be every day should be a singing and dancing day.
Agreed. It just kind of gets things going. And, on the topic of sales convos made simple, if you are in a good vibe, it definitely helps to make those conversations simpler.
Yeah, the more energy you have, I hear a lot of people talk about it. When you vibrate well, you attract more of the right people. I know, Laura, you talk about that in a little bit different way, but that's the whole point. The more happy and upbeat and energetic that you are and that you're feeling, that comes through on your videos and on your sales calls and in your messages and all of those places.
Yeah, and in your content, literally everything. But 80s rock, love it.
Good music. That's good music. When we were RVing, total tangent here. When we were RVing, I don't remember what city we were in, but in one of the cities, it was like the best 80s rock radio stations ever. I was sad to leave, not because we were leaving the town, but because I was not going to get that radio station anymore. It was the best. Oh my gosh, it was so good.
Okay, so Facebook jail. Somebody asked, I'm not sure who, but what put you there, Jamie? And we'll talk about that because, again, talking about sales conversations made simple, obviously social media can definitely contribute to making things simpler. You don't need sometimes you don't even need the sales calls, right? You don't need a lot of like layers to making your sales conversations easy. But what happened to you, Jamie?
You know, the I had somebody ask me here recently, like, aren't you mad? Aren't you frustrated? Aren't you upset? And yes, there was some frustration, but I think I was probably more frustrated with myself, not with Facebook. Facebook's just enforcing the rules and I broke them. I knew the rules are there and I broke them anyway. And while I can tell myself I was trying to test the limits, that was not true. I just got carried away in my commenting. So, I was and still am promoting my challenge, which is next week. And so I take all of the opportunities and all of the different groups that I'm in where they allow you to promote your stuff. And I'm specifically talking about color block posts that say, you know, promote your group here, promote your freebie here. And I just got caught up copying and pasting in, and I wasn't varying my content. I wasn't changing my text. I wasn't doing things in between. I was just copy paste, copy paste, copy paste because I was in a hurry. And I know better than that. So, lesson learned. I landed in Facebook jail for 7 days. I could still post. I just couldn't comment. I couldn't comment on my own stuff. I couldn't comment on anybody else's stuff. And yeah, that was pretty frustrating. It was really hard. But like I told Lori earlier, the punishment fit the crime, right? I got busted for commenting. The way he said it was too many comments in rapid fire succession. Yep, that was what I was doing. And so busted, thrown in the slammer.
Yeah.
No commenting for 7 days.
Which, you know, I will say, you know, when it comes to sales convos, I've done that actually recently. I normally actually don't really comment on those posts, but I've been doing it a little more recently. And I thought about that as I was doing that the other day, and I was copying and pasting. I thought about you in jail, and I didn't even know that was what caused you to go to jail.
Yep.
But I was like, I should probably hold back. And the thing is if you had varied your message and changed it up, or you had done it slower, then they like to think that you're human, right? And not just a bot, just posting, spamming people. And it can be that simple.
It's that simple. You know, the best advice that I give to people is, again, the rules I broke myself, is if you're going to copy and paste in, have 2 or 3 different versions of the text that you're going to use, vary the photographs, use GIFs. I refuse to call them GIFs, by the way.
I know, even though they say that's what, didn't we talk about that on
yes.
like
I say it every chance I can get because somebody always says, no, it's GIF. No, that's peanut butter. I'm not calling those things GIFs. If you vary that up but the best advice that I could give you is do 2 or 3 and then comment on other posts, and then do 2 or 3 and then comment on other posts, something completely random. What's your favorite color? Pumpkin spice, whatever, anything. Because even varying the text, you're still copy paste. Even if it's different text, you could still get into trouble. So change your patterns and act like a human, not a robot, and you'll be okay.
Yeah. And I mean, and really, you know, getting back to like the sales conversation piece, that is a huge part of it. Like I said, you don't need complicated funnels. You don't need, you know, fancy sales pages. You don't need huge email, you know, automations. You need to have real conversations as a real human with people. And it can be that simple. And you can, I mean, I've sold multi-$1,000 packages in the DMs before with somebody just because we vibed on social media, or they had been a part of something else I had done. They sent a message, and bam, it's that easy in order to have those kinds of conversations with people. But if you find yourself, copy and pasting, you're going to end up in a world of hurt. And the same thing can happen if you're doing the same thing in your DMs. If you're DMing people and you're just copying and pasting, that they're going to cut you off and you're not going to be able to send messages to anybody. And if you can't send messages, that one is even worse. So at least you didn't get that, because you can't respond to people and then you can't sell to them. You know, you can simplify your processes, but in doing that, you also need to be conscious of the rules of the places that you are doing it. So just
so my best tip would be, if you're going to sit down and do this, set a timer so you just don't lose track. Like set a 1 minute timer or a 2 minute timer. Cause I know the rules. I know where they are. I just got caught up in it. You just get caught up in talking to people and commenting, and it gets exciting, and then you lose track of time, and the next thing you know, you're in the slammer. So
yeah. And yeah, the thing is yes, sales, marketing, there's like a gray area when it comes to social media, but like what you're doing, like, yes, you're promoting your free challenge, right? Which probably leads to a paid offer usually, right?
Sure.
But it's sales. And it's that simple. Like, you do not need any complicated systems. And I hear so many people like, I've just been working on my sales and getting more clients. And aside from the jail sentence, when you do this way, it works, and it works really well.
Really
You
well.
get people into, like you said, even with a week, how many people, like with
I
jail
lost
for a week, you got how many people in stuff?
I lost 7 days. I couldn't promote for 7 days, and I'm at 80 people signed up for my challenge next week. So if I hadn't been in jail, could I have hit 150, 125, 100? Who knows what the number would be? But I think that my highest number ever was 108. Last time I had 108. And the cool part of that 108 is I think 80 of them were brand new to me. So these are people who are new to my space, new to my group. Yes, they joined for the challenge, but these are now all people that I'm having sales conversations with. And maybe it's not sales conversations, but it's conversations in the DM about the challenge, about their business, about, what's going on. And, one of the things that I love Jasmine Star. She's one of my favorites to follow because I just feel like she's so real. And one of the things she says is social media, all of it, is the start of a conversation. And that's what Lori and I have been talking about.
Yeah, I was just going to say, actually, they're all sales conversations because they all lead to sales. Every conversation you have on social media is potentially that sales conversation. And if you're having it in the right way with the right people, it could very easily turn into that. Like, and I'll use an example too. Like, I started conversations with somebody in the DMs like months ago. Haven't talked to her in months, and like every now and then, like, I'll see her content. And she reached out to me the other day and just said, "Hey, I'm interested in your one-on-one. Like, can you give me pricing?" Because we just had a conversation. So while sometimes you expect it to happen right away, it doesn't. So these conversations, it's important to have them, and it starts in the comments. So don't land yourself in jail. Be authentic. And yes, if you're promoting something big like challenge where you are copying and pasting, have different variations. And don't just respond the same thing to everybody. If someone's questioning you, come back with a real answer, like a real person, because you are a real person.
Right. Yes. Or the other thing that I realized after this is if I had just, as I would go into different groups, rather than just copy and paste, if I'd have taken 2 seconds, 10 seconds, and just comment on the one above me or the two above me, that would have been all I would have needed to do. I'm already right there. It would have been easy to just respond and authentically respond to the person above me. And that would have been all it would have taken to vary it. And that takes seconds. So, sometimes you learn by making mistakes. And I have definitely learned some things.
Yeah. And that's the thing. There's no right or wrong way to sell. And I just want to say that, like, I guess there is. The wrong way to sell is not offering anything, because if you're not trying, then it's not going to happen. You can't just like send sales vibes and hope that someone's like, "Oh, she's selling something.
Buy from me. Buy from me." No, that won't work.
Know that you sell things. But aside from that, it can be a very, very simple process. And I have conversations frequently about sales. My clients, like, that's frequently a big topic of what we talk about is sales. I'm not getting enough sales. How do I increase my sales? Sales is hard. I feel so sleazy, whatever. Even people that are making, decent amounts of money already kind of like get into this space of it has to be hard. And it really doesn't. Like, sales conversations made simple is be a freaking human, right? Be a human, have conversations, show up in service, and just try to like do things and promote things and do things in a way that it actually serves your people. And when you do that and you show up in service, you're going to attract the people that you want to have those conversations with. And I've also heard people say like, "Oh, it's DMs and like commenting and it just takes so long." Sorry, guys. Like, yes, sometimes you're going to post something and it's going to sell like crazy, but sales and like establishing that presence and establishing yourself sometimes as an authority might take you time. It might take time to build relationships, and that's okay, because when you have that pipeline built, it's still simple because you're building your pipeline, and then you get messages in your inbox saying, oh, hey, I wasn't even promoting my one-on-one actually. And they just like said, hey, I was thinking about you. I think I'm ready. And I mean, a couple of months ago too, like an email from someone that I hadn't even talked to in like years. I got an email back in response to like a promo email and just said, I'm ready. And you're going to get that when you have genuine conversations with people. So sales conversations made simple, be a freaking human and just have real conversations and try to help people. And they're going to see that in your content, in your DMs, in your marketing, and then they will come to you.
I had a free consult, like just a free 15-minute consult that I did for somebody last week. And we got on the call and I just am like, where are you stuck? How can I help you? And I wasn't even focused on selling anything. I was just there to help her with whatever her, with that particular challenge. And we got done and I said, how was this for you? And she's like, I'm blown away. I can't believe how much you've helped me in 15 minutes. And I said, well, that's what I'm here for. And we just, we ended up and it wasn't a salesy, pitchy kind of a thing. And I said, and next thing I know, she invited 3 people into my group. And so I reached out and I'm like, hey, I just saw you invited, these people into my group. And she's like, I'm blown away by you. Everybody needs to know about you. And I was like, okay, that might not have resulted in a sale, but it resulted in 3 more people joining my group who will take the challenge, who may not, again, they may not, like you said, they may not buy right now, but they might buy in 6 months or they might buy a year from now. You never know. And so as long as you treat people like real people and not a lead that are they going to buy or not buy, it will pay off. It's like a long game, but it works.
It does. And again, don't get me wrong. Like some people, when you have the right content that connects with the right people, they will buy instantly. But just because someone isn't ready does not mean that they aren't going to buy eventually. So treat every conversation as a sales conversation with that in mind, that someday this person might become a client and I just want to help them and show them what I can do, because whether they buy or whether they refer 3 more people to you.
I mean, if you think about it, that was a sale in and of itself. Those 3, the referrals there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm noticing what time it is. And I know we said we were going to keep it short because Lori overscheduled herself today.
Oops. It's a day of oopsies. Jamie got in jail. Lori triple booked herself. Listen, it's real life. This is real life, right?
It is real life. It is real life. And for anybody who's in the Strategy and Support Society, I had wanted to join you for the mindset call today, but that was one of my triple schedules. So I didn't make it. So I hope it was lovely, lovely call with Vicki.
I missed it too. Yeah. It's still going though, right? Can we still join the last bit or no?
Well, you can. I have another call because I triple scheduled.
That's right. You're 3 times booked.
I'm having all sorts of conversations.
If only we could clone ourselves, right? Oh,
no, that might be scary though. Our husbands don't like it.
Yeah, that's probably true. You all wouldn't want double of me running around. That would be a lot.
So I hope everybody's been quiet today. I can see that you're on. So I hope this has been a helpful and yet fun conversation for everybody.
Me too.
Turn on some music again.
Do we need to? So we're going to end with some music too. I kind of like that. We groove in the beginning and dance and sing, and then we do it at the end as well. It's the same music.
It is. But remember, it's just starting out.
Oh yeah, it starts slow and then you kind of get into it. Like yeah.
We ease in because it's chill is the name of the sound. We're chilling. By
the way, to those of you that are in my group and you are new to this, Lori and I do this at least once a month, sometimes twice a month. And we just talk about like all things sales and marketing related. We usually, to be honest, Lori's been on vacation. Just got back.
Being back.
So honestly, we didn't have a whole lot of time to prepare, and that's on us. But hopefully, you still got some really good nuggets today. I know I enjoyed talking to you all. If there is stuff that you all want us to cover from a sales and marketing standpoint, put it in the comments, and we will keep a list. And then I don't think we have the next one scheduled yet, do we, Lori?
We don't. Although I don't know if you're joining for this, but we do. It'll be at least in my group, the Build and Scale a Profitable and Aligned Business group. in like 2 weeks, we're doing a panel
yes.
discussion with.
That's right.
I hope you're joining.
I'm gonna be there. Yeah.
Amy and some of our other amazing experts from the Strategy and Support Society, which is our awesome coaching container. I know some of you that were here live are members. That was a call I was talking about. One of our calls with our mindset coach was happening right now. So we're doing a panel discussion. So you'll have even more fun energy here in the room with some of our counterparts.
And the panel's free, right? They don't have to pay for the panel. That's a free thing.
As of right now, I'm not going to say in the future it won't be, because this is going to start to be a regular thing. But for now, it is a free discussion, and it is like 8 amazing like coaches and experts. So I don't know that we're going to be doing this regularly, like every month. So you may get everybody, you may get a portion of us. You'll always get me, and hopefully always Jamie.
If I'm not triple booked, I will be there, because I just love panels. I just think it's so much fun. I just love hearing multiple perspectives, and it's so powerful, because then you can kind of pick and choose the parts and pieces that resonate most with you, and kind of create your own answer to those questions. I just love it. Oh my gosh, it'll be so good.
So questions for Jamie and I, or for panel, and we'll have potentially financial, like business strategy, operations, sales, marketing, mindset, funnels,
email,
media, like any topic that you can think of in your business that you want talked about, throw it in the comments, message one of us, and we'll either talk about it here in our next session or in the panel. Yeah. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in, and we will see you again very, very soon.
Bye guys.
Bye.